What motivated me to come out to the program, my wife and I to come out to the program, was the fact that we were active for about 14 years, myself to about 10 to 14 years in the Phoenix community. And then I felt like I wanted to add another dimension, another level to what I could give back to the community. And what I learned from the seminary program, knowing Sheikh Abdul Nasser, I thought that the seminary program would help me, give me the tools that I would need to go back and serve my community on a different level.
Alhamdulillah, I was really impressed with the fact that we actually got a lot of time to spend learning knowledge and actually sitting in a classroom with Sheikh Abdul Nasser and actually just having direct contact with him. When issues came up, we'd be able to address them. When people had issues or questions, that there was someone to ask, someone with experience, someone with the resources to actually answer it.
At first, I figured it would be just like a normal like Islamic studies school, just like anything else. You know, I could go to any other scholar and just get the same thing. I was just like, I'm just reading books. I can read books on my own. However, the way I feel now, and I mean the way I felt actually almost in a couple of months, not even just now, is that the stuff that we learn here is you can't learn on your own. This is a mentorship program.
It is the beginning of a traditional Islamic scholarship. Alhamdulillah, there is the sisterhood and the brotherhood in class. There is classmates that you work with that they're not just classmates. They become your family over time. There is someone that mentors you. There is someone that takes your questions. Alhamdulillah, I feel like the program's done everything I wanted it to do, and it was like, it was stated as helping community activists actually understand what they're doing and preparing them and giving them the tools that they needed, and it is exactly that. There's so many points where I see a lot of my classmates where, alhamdulillah, I had experience giving a halaqah. It was their first time, and they would go through and they would try it, and you'd understand what else is going on in the community, and you would really be focused on what is the spiritual journey of the people that I'm addressing. How can I help them spiritually? How can I help them get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And really just sitting in a group where that is the sole focus of the group, and that's what we're analyzing, and that's our goal. Subhanallah.
قال عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه أي جمع هذا الذي سيهزم فلما كانت غزوة بدر رأى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وهو يثب في الدرع ويقول سيهزم الجمع ويولون الدبر فعرف عمر تأويلها وروي عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما.
So generally we start early in the morning at around 8 a.m. give or take, and we end around 2 or 3 depending on the various subjects that we're studying. We typically go through 3 different subjects throughout the day, and that can vary throughout the year as well. So like we'll study tafsir in the morning followed by a break, and then subjects like ulum al-Quran or aqidah, fiqh, followed by another break, and then the final period.
حتى كان ذلك بمنزلة الإجماع على رعايتها بدليل جمع أبي بكر القرآن في مصحف واحد من الصحف المتفرقة بإشارة من عمر رضي الله عنه قائلا إنه والله خير ومصلحة للإسلام.
قال اللهم أعتذر إليك مما صنع هؤلاء يعني أصحابه وأبرأ إليك مما صنع هؤلاء يعني المشركين. ثم تقدم فاستقبله سعد بن معاذ.
Tafsir, seerah, aqidah, all of the essential things that you need to do anything, just the foundation. The foundation is the most important part, and alhamdulillah, this program really focuses on the foundation, to really build that foundation. That way, after the program, you're free to do as you like, build on that foundation or just work with that foundation. However, the public speakers that come in, the different shuyukh that come in, what we learn from them is, you can't put it in words, because we just learn from everything. Like I said, we have so many scholars that come by here, and they teach us a little bit from everything. We had Sheikh De Lorenzo come by to teach about financing. We had Sheikh Yasser Burjas come in and teach us about Shafi'i fiqh. We had Brother Hamza sorts has come from the UK teaching us about how to give da'wah to atheists and things of that nature. And just so on and so forth. There's just so many different shuyukh, and each one kind of has their own little specialty in teaching us in that area.
Literally after 2-3 weeks of being here, I realized just a difference in how I could approach Islamic knowledge. Myself, before coming to the program, if that me went to a khutbah and then me now went to a khutbah, we would get two completely different ideas from that khutbah, just because my Islamic thought has progressed so much as a consequence of being here. So that's definitely been the most valuable skill that I've achieved through being at Qalam.
I feel like this is important because we have, again, this very scholarly class that's working towards growing Islam, but they might not be very hands-on with the community. But on the opposite side of the spectrum, we have activists that are very involved and are very passionate about giving back to the community, but they themselves haven't been through a course of study to where they're equipped or even capable of giving back as much as they should be able to. And so I feel like what this program is doing, it's trying to bridge that gap. And part of that is, again, learning, but the other part of that is devoting yourself in service of the community. So I feel like there's been a huge emphasis placed on that, preparing for khutbahs, sometimes 2-3 khutbahs a month, preparing for halaqat that we're giving at MSAs, even preparing for presentations in class, and you learn to speak to different audiences. And so in that sense, I feel like it's been very beneficial as well. Learning to engage with the community and feeling confident in giving back to the community when we get back, inshallah, to our cities.
I think Qalam is definitely training people that are able to see the tangibility and practicality of Islam, and people that will be able to convey that that beautiful message to everyone else, and that inspires hope, really. So my biggest takeaway thing from Qalam, I guess you could say, is hope in the future for Islam.
لكن ما في القولي محد